Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm gonna try and be really quick with this. I just wanted to showcase a couple of the customs I've been working on. This guy is just going to be used for reference. This is the one I've been working on, and this is also another one I've been working on. With Blade, I gave him a new abdomen, so that way he's able to really pose around. So he can get pretty low in his crunch now. I used the torso from Moss Gideon, from an updated Moss Gideon figure from Star Wars Black. It has a it has a lower body armor torso, and then I just glued straps to the bottom part of it to make it look more screen accurate, even though I'm not really concerned about that with Blade. I do plan to upgrade and modify. I want to put some pinless or some sleeveless arms on him to make it more reminiscent of the old school Blade. But now I want to showcase the Wolverine that I modified. Now with this guy, the only thing I have not done is given him the ankle swivels that I gave this guy. I want to show you that you can always, with these Wolverines, update the articulation in terms of the ab crunch. I've done it to this one, I've done it to this one. And so if you, let me just use this, if you cut the corners where the ab crunch comes and meets, the corners right there, okay, you go straight down and then straight across, over there and over there. And then if you trim this upper part just a little bit, you don't need to do much, he gets way lower on his crunch than he normally does. So I'm going to show you the old school crunch used to kind of go about right there. Anybody who has this Wolverine figure, go and grab it, see if it goes any further than that. You might be able to get it to about right there. Okay? And that's pretty low, but you can get him to go all the way down. Okay? Now, I don't know if that shows up on camera, but that is considerably more than when before the modification. And with that, I also hollowed out the black parts inside of his arms so that he's able to lower them and kind of cross them if I really wanted to, but that's not really what I wanted to showcase. So this is going to be my battle damaged Wolverine. As you can tell, he's got a lot going on with his suit. Now, if you can see, sorry for the focus, I do apologize. I added sculpt, like I do to all these Wolverines, to the ribs. I like to have the more V-cut look for figures, especially, some of these MCU figures. So with that, it's not the best matchup MCU-wise, but that's not really the important part. With this Wolverine, I'm able to, with some of the customizing that I did, I drilled so that you can now do the screen accurate impaling that happens to him. Without losing any of the look in the sculpt. And this is what they call an action figure. Don't forget baby knife. Now obviously with the blades in, his articulation is just a little bit hindered, but that's okay. That is okay. This guy moves, man. If he just had that same neck joint that, They gave Daredevil, they gave Blade. You know, this thing would, and even that new brown suit Wolverine, this guy would be, oh, he would be just a gem. But as is, this is my screen accurate. Obviously, he's got the mask on, so it's not absolutely screen accurate, and he's got the sleeveless. But I don't know why. I don't know why they ever showed the sleeves on there when no one ever wants Wolverine with sleeves. Ever. So, here's my custom Wolverine. Only thing I need to do is update these ankles so that they can swivel like this. Anyone who's got the civilian suit Wolverine, he's got the boots that swivel under the pants. So if you pop those out and just cut just below the black strap on the boots on here, you can drill up and heat and pop, and you've got ankle swivels. And these work absolutely amazing. I have been enjoying posing this guy around a lot more, just because it you know, with these swords, it actually is, it makes it a lot more fun. You know, he pops on the shelf when you pass him and you see these swords, you're like, oh, even as a figure, you know he's gone through some shit, man. So it's pretty cool. I think this is a really good custom. I know not a lot of people are, you know, gonna drill into their figures, but I feel like I've been doing customizing enough, and these figures are just affordable right now. $30 a pop, not the best, but if you go to a local comic shop, you know, sometimes they're willing to give these up, you know, not for 30, they'll go 25, maybe even 20. You can get these guys cheap if you know where to shop. So I thought this was worth it. I'm very satisfied. Can you imagine if I had a whole bunch of hand ninjas posed around him right now? I've got a couple, but I've been using those for customs as well. But just wanted to show, man, you guys can get a deeper ab crunch on these Wolverines. See, like, sorry, this is pretty much where he goes naturally. That's like the natural, you know, stock ab crunch, but you can always get him to go way further. And again, it might not show up on camera, but believe me when I say they go down further. And you can do that with a lot of the figures that have that old school crunch. At least I've been doing it. And it doesn't take away from the sculpt. It doesn't do anything. Yes, I've added sculpt to this guy. And this has been, I mean, I've had this since he first came out. He's solid figure, man. Especially with the old school head sculpt with the longer hair. But still, had to just, you know, talk about some of these customs, show off some of the customs. The blade was really cool. That's something that was like just irking me. I liked the figure before, but once you add this ab crunch and you're able to really do some cool dynamic poses, I did have to sacrifice those drop down hips. That is an unfortunate, but yes, some people do try to ice skate uphill, but some people succeed. Sorry, Wolverine. Just trying to show off a little bit, you know, that he's a solid figure. There's nothing loose. There's nothing floppy. It feels good. It feels solid. Nothing's falling off. And again, I did just kind of finish this guy up. He's relatively new, so I am kind of just goofing off with him, seeing if anything is going to fall off on screen. Obviously, love that kind of embarrassment, but shows you guys that I'm no AI. You know, this is just a guy with some ideas. So yeah, upgraded blade, and I did glue those glasses on, for the love of God, man. And my upgraded battle damaged Wolverine, still in the works because I need to upgrade these, man. Look how ugly that is. What a dumb idea, not giving this boot swivel. Like, seriously, man. But anyway, thanks, guys.